Hey now. I'm coming, guys. I was using the bathroom. Hold on. Welcome everybody. How is everybody doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Whew. All right. Sorry about that. Running behind. Now there you go. If I could adjust that down since my mic's slipping. All right. Let's see who we got. Start from the top. Astro Juicy. Good to see you. Saturn Video. Ryan OG. Good to see you. My mic camera's a little high. Let me bring it down a little bit. There we go. D Shaw Entertainment. Good to see you. There we go. Fight the Good Fight. Muzzak, how are you? Ann Lives, how are you? Salty Dog. Justin Smith. Mr. Dig. Quentin Loves Trains and Hara. Jonathan. Sango, good to see you. Jesse, good to see you. Davey. Deathray, good to see you. Movie Fan. Kevin Kruger's. Fight the Good Fight. Connor. Loop. Brian Trash. John Doe Juggalo. Kostandinos Jaskowski. Good to see everybody. Hey now. Usu. Chris Snyder. Josh, good to see everybody. Evan the Movie Guy. Tabata, how are you? Good to see everybody. Nathan, good to see everybody tonight. How's everybody doing? This is the 20K celebration. Today is just your show. I don't have any movies to show today. Today we're just gonna hang. Whatever you guys want to talk about, this is your deal. This is your show tonight, and I'm here for you. So we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about tonight. I'm down to clown. I'm here for it tonight. So let's get it started. Let's get it popping. Oh, Ultimate Sunrise, how are you? All right. Christian, how did you get into Kiss? My uncle has a Kiss pinball machine, and I used to play it. He still has it. As a matter of fact, around 2012 or 13, we had to go to New Orleans to get it repaired. At a guy who does pinball repairs and gets parts for stuff. And that trip kind of got me re-interested in Kiss in a big way. And after that trip with my uncle and us having to take his pinball machine down there, I just started diving into the records. Then I discovered, oh my God, they had no makeup on at a certain time. And I really fell for that era. So that really sealed the deal for me to get into Kiss was that trip to get his pinball machine fixed. Matter of fact, if you type in Planet CHH Kiss pinball machine, you can see the video of my uncle playing it like the day we got back from that trip. All the Tabatos are in here. Thank you, Hard Collection 13. 20K. It's crazy, guys. We have 102 people in here, guys. Please drop a like if you don't mind. 102 people in here already. It's amazing, the audience. I love you guys. Let's see what kind of questions we have. Any thoughts on the black phone? It's fine. I have some gripes with it, but it's not a bad movie. I'm excited to see what they can do for a part 2. And excited isn't the word. I'm baffled that they're going to do a part 2 is what I'm really saying. I'm super interested in seeing what they're going to do because he's dead. They killed him. So that's what's got my attention with that more than anything. Sending out good vibes. Good job, Fighter Good. I appreciate that. Thoughts on the Carrie and Child's Play remakes coming from Scream Factory? Believe it or not, I'm actually down with that. Like, Carrie, the remake, I haven't watched it in a long time. I don't even think I have a DVD of it. So like I'm down for that. That sounds cool to me. Getting Carrie on 4K. So like I'm actually like, okay, that's kind of cool. And Child's Play, same. I'm happy to upgrade that to a 4K. I haven't watched that movie in a long time, so they got announced at a good time for me in terms of interest. So I'm down with those. I'm down to check out those ones 4K. I love the Cabin Fever movies. Big fan of the Cabin Fever movies. You know. Thank you, Killer Pizza. Thank you, Ann. Appreciate it. Please give your opinion on if we'll see an Omen 1 and 2 boutique label 4K in the future. It's possible because things are up in the air. Obviously, Scream Factory just lost their license with the one they had. So now we don't know what's going on with Omen and Omen 2. I was telling people to pick up that Scream box set though, because at the very least, at least if they do a 4K of part 1, which I would get, even if they don't, it's a 4K scan on that Blu-ray. But if they do, you still have all the movies right there. And you don't need all those on 4. I don't need necessarily 2 or 3 or 4 or the remake on 4K, to be honest with you. I'm happy with those on Blu-ray. What I would want is part 1. But if it doesn't happen for some time, that 4K scan on that Scream Factory box set looks fantastic. But do I think we'll see a part 1 4K? Yes. Who do I think will put it out? Kino Lorber, probably. If I had to guess, they'll do it. They'll do it maybe late this year. Thank you, David. 20K. It's crazy, guys. It's a big number, and I can't fathom it. No, everybody I talked to that seen Night Swim didn't like it, so I didn't go to the theater. I was gonna go, but I didn't. I hope it makes money, but I'm not that interested in going to see it. So, let's see. What 4K upgrades would you want Scream Factory to do this year? I'd like to see them do Stepfather and release the sequels on Blu-ray like they did with Night of the Demon. Stepfather is a great movie. It's an incredible movie, actually, so I would agree with that. I'd like to and release the sequels on Blu-ray. Yeah, Stepfather 3 I wanna see because apparently it's a different actor and they play it off like he got plastic surgery. Which I think is a funny way to go about that. So I'm down with getting Stepfather 3 on Blu-ray because I don't even think that has a Blu-ray. Stepfather 2 has a DVD from Synapse, but they never upscaled that and put that on Blu-ray. I don't know why, but I'm trying to think. Hatchet's my number 1. I want him to do Hatchet so bad. I want to do a Hatchet box set. Evil Ash, yo, congrats on 20K. Here's another 20K. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. How did I get into Alice Cooper? Friday the 13th, part 6. Watching that, and then I really started diving into his music. I just fell in love with him. Will I release any sexy Valentine-inspired waxes? We got some stuff in the works. I don't want to talk about it just yet because everything's in pre-production, but we're coming out swinging. Unita Candles is coming out swinging. We're 2 years in, and I was telling Sydney, it's like, we've done a lot of stuff. We've done a lot of reissues and stuff. It's time to start from scratch, or not from scratch. This year, I'm putting out nothing but new stuff. One of the biggest things I got requests for from people like Akeem is Puppet Master. So doing Puppet Master melts is something I'm really excited about. So Puppet Master is something I'm hoping we'll do very, very soon. So that's going to be exciting. Do you have a particular favorite moment that stands out in your YouTube journey thus far? Great question. Great question. The friendships you make, the people you meet. One of my favorite things is when I recommend a movie or I talk about a movie and somebody will message me and they'll say, "Dude, I thank you. I really enjoyed that movie. That meant that movie is," and then you could tell when they watch a movie that you recommend and you can tell it affects them in a positive way or they really liked it and it becomes a part of them. That's the biggest compliment ever. Not necessarily meeting actors or directors. That stuff's cool, but it's the stuff that last night, for instance, I was scrolling on TikTok late at night, and there was a guy on Instagram that follows me, and I follow him back, but he was going through movies, and I just popped in and said hello, and he freaked out. He was like, "Is that Christian?" And it was humbling because I'm thinking to myself, "What's so special about me?" But I guess this guy's been watching my channel for a long time, and he enjoys my videos, and um, it makes me wonder how many people out there that have YouTube channels just, like, don't talk to people or don't act nice to people. It makes me wonder because it's really humbling and cool, but it makes me wonder how many people that have decent sized big channels, like, just do they act mean to people? Because it's so weird to see somebody react so happily when when I reciprocate back, but I'm like, "That's just common decency." So, I don't it reminds me to always treat people right and treat people nice because everybody's got a personal battle. You don't know what they're going through, so but that was really cool last night to see somebody really excited that I was in their chat. It was really humbling. But definitely my favorite thing is when I recommend a movie and somebody will message me and say, "Dude, thank you for talking about that. You have no idea." One of the movies that I used to recommend all the time was this movie called Alone. It was put out by Magnet. It's a Blu-ray release called Alone, and it's a subduction movie about this girl who's moving. She's moving out a bit out of the city. She's traveling through the country, and this guy starts following her. And it's an abduction movie, and it's incredible. It's one of the best ones I've ever seen. And I remember talking about that last year, year before, and people would message me that hadn't heard of it, and they got it. They're like, "Christian, thank you for bringing up that movie Alone. I freaking loved it." That movie, I got more people message me about that movie than probably any other movie. So if you haven't seen that, go see. I was just talking to Sydney about that. Hey, CHH, is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre the best summer horror film? I think it's the best horror film ever. So I would also agree with that. Shivers is good. Early Cronenberg, good movie. Cronenberg was. I don't think he has anything in terms of the stuff I've seen because I haven't seen everything Cronenberg's done. I still have to watch Existence, but I haven't seen anything less than a 3-star movie from Cronenberg. Do I think Scream Factory and Vinegar Syndrome will step up the releases in 2024? That's a good question. Um, I think that'll be somewhat subjective, Dylan, in terms of what they put out. If you're into movies from the 2000s, I'm gonna say yeah, because look at what we're just getting. We're getting Child's Play, we're getting Carrie. Uh, I'm down with those. I'm down with those. So I think they're doing okay so far. I just got a shipping notification for um Thinner, the Blu-ray. So that's cool. I'm glad they're still doing Blu-ray stuff. I think Scream Factory could have a good year, and I think Vinegar Syndrome can as well. Hopefully they do. My concern with Vinegar Syndrome is quantity over quality right now, in my opinion. Just a lot of stuff, nothing really exciting, nothing of any. They came the last year they had the Daryl, the Existence stuff was good, but in terms of this year so far, my worry is they're going to be more quantity over quality. I'd love to be wrong. I pray to God I'm wrong, but that's my guess. So I think we got some super chats. Let's check on this. Ultimate Sunrise, $2 super chat. Not much, but a bit towards your next fork. Well, first of all, thank you. I would never be upset even if you gave me 25 cents. So I very much appreciate that, Ultimate Sunrise. And let me give you a little clip for your troubles. Let's give a classic Brandon clip.
I found this.
Hell yeah, man. Congratulations, dude. That's amazing. Hell yeah.
And then we got a $6.99 from Phil. How you doing, Phil? Thank you so much. Congrats on 20K, bro. I really appreciate that, Phil. Let me give you a little clip for all your troubles.
Make it with just the kernels, add your salt in there after it's finished, and instead of shaking it up with that popcorn butter oil stuff you're talking about, use some grapeseed oil. Grapeseed oil and salt, it'll change your life. I swear to Christ.
You mentioned you. Thank you so much, Phil. I really appreciate that, man. You've mentioned your dad before. Would you ever get him on stream and talk about his favorite movies? He doesn't really talk about movies that much. My dad is into like motorcycles and he used to race dirt bikes back in the day and stuff like that. I might do a short and ask him like, Dad, what's your favorite horror movie? And do a YouTube short though. That's a good idea. I'm on break from filming. Just want to say what's up, CHH. What's up, Akeem? Hope everything's going well over there, man. We got a new channel member, Zachariah. Hell yeah, man. Let me give you a clip. Thank you so much, man.
The best part of eating corn on the cob is when like shit sprays out of it and you hit somebody in the eye with the water.
Do I have any Pantera albums? No. I know I'm gonna get shit for this. I'm not a massive Pantera fan. I used to kind of listen to them because my brother was big into them, but I'm really picky about metal. Like Anthrax is one of my favorites because to me, I always looked at Anthrax as like this kind of fun, not take themselves so seriously, almost like Simpsons-esque type of thrash metal band, and they experimented and did cool stuff like Bring the Noise with Public Enemy and Got the Time. I like their sound. I always was a big Anthrax fan. And when they did get serious and they had one of the greatest vocalists of all time, John Bush, I believe his name, right? From let me make sure. John Bush from Armored Saint. That was his name, right? I don't want to sound like an idiot. Yeah, John Bush. Probably one of the greatest vocalists of all time in that genre. When they had him, I was even more immersed with it. But Pantera, I was never a big fan. Just never was my thing. Yes, I'm gonna get Child's Play 2019 in 4K, Kevin. I am. Alien Romulus trailer release. I'm ready for that movie. I don't know when the trailer's coming out though. I haven't kept up with that. Peekaboo Bunny. Learn, love, laugh, ABCs. What made you actually start this channel besides your love of horror movies? It was really just that, to be honest with you. Like, I saw Pizzile do a video. That's seriously how innocent it was. And I just thought it was, I just typed in Friday the 13th collection or something. And it came up and it was just like, it was fun listening to somebody who also loved these movies talked about getting them. It was that innocent. And I was like, I think I want to do something like that too. That's truly all it was. And then back then, the allure of just having a video on a website where you can see it was insane to think about. Wow, just insane to think about. But it was really that innocent. So, thoughts on Hostel? I just watched it last night. I loved it, Cursed Media. I like your cursed image from the movie. I've always been a big fan of Hostel. I like it a lot. Davey Deathray with a $5 super chat. Congrats on 20K, Christian. You are an inspiration, man. If you could see one entry in the Friday the 13th series get remade, which one would you pick and why? That's a fantastic question. Jason Takes Manhattan. Every day of the week, Davey Deathray. And I'd like to see it done in a more proper avenue, meaning more money spent on New York. And it's not even necessarily that I would want to see certain monuments and certain places from New York. I just want actual New York on film in that more. That's what I would have wanted. Like honestly, like the diner scenes and stuff, I loved. Even though like I don't think that was shot in New York. That might have been shot in Vancouver, but that felt very much like New York. But I would have liked to have seen a little bit more New York, and I'd like to see it done more properly, feel more authentic for sure. So that would be the one. Thank you so much. I'm going to give you a little super chat.
It's fucking fantastic.
And then we got one from, so thank you again, Davey. Aaron Lewis with a $5 super chat. It's been a while since I could hold my head up high. It's been a while since I. Rumor is Tarantino's final film is about you. Love you, bro, man. Keep up the good work. Congrats. Oh, that's going to be a boring ass movie. Thank you so much, Aaron. Let me give you a clip, my dude.
It's always been Creepshow 2. One that we have is great value, so it's a Creepshow 2 also to me just feels like that perfect 80s time capsule. You know what I mean? Like with the Firebird and the second sequence and all that stuff. The one that we have is great value, so it's a Walmart brand. It'll flip your lunch tray.
And then we got another $5 super chat from Loop. Thank you so much. Have you done a cover of Tuesday Night's Iconic Nightmare yet? I did, and it came out disastrous, so it'll never see the light of day. I just can't sing it. I can't sing it whatsoever. And I can't really record it because it's a very much 80s style production with stuff that I don't really know what's going on in it. So I attempted it one time. It came out absolutely disastrous. But thank you so much. I appreciate that.
With all these nicknames, everyone that I accumulate like 3 pounds of fat.
And then y'all are very generous tonight. Thank you so much. And then the dude who loves movies, thank you so much. Congratulations. Alf and Alice would be so proud. I think they are too, and I appreciate that. And when I got 20K subs, Brandon messaged me, and this is exactly what he said.
It's fucking fantastic.
Thank you guys so much. All right, let me see. Let me find a spot in the chat. Favorite horror movies of 2023, asks Brian Trash. That's a great question. The Last Voyage of the Demeter, for sure. The best one, Hell House Origins. Hell House LLC Origins. If you watch any movie from last year, watch Hell House LLC Origins. Absolutely incredible movie. Valentine's melts are coming. They are, in fact, coming. So you better be ready, Saturn Video. Christian, is there one movie in particular that turned you on to horror, or just a few over time? Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Nightmare on Elm Street 2. I've told that story 1,000 times, Film Puzzle, so I'm assuming you know it. But yeah, definitely Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Great question. Do I have the Friday Steelbooks went through when it came out? Ryan, right there. That's them, along with the Scream Steelbooks. Radley Records is on drugs. Hell yeah, brother. I wouldn't be super excited for the new Alien if Fede Alvarez wasn't direct, and hope he stays true to his practice. I agree. I think we're in good hands with him. Pete Cass, $4.99. Thank you. Congrats on 20K. CHH. We'll watch the replay tomorrow. Currently 3:30 a.m. here. Parcel on the way soon. God bless, dude. Thank you so much. Guys, by the way, hold on.
With all these nicknames, everyone that I accumulate like 3 pounds of fat.
Guys,
with all these nicknames.
Sorry. I get asked a lot. I'm very humbled. People will try to send me stuff, and my wife has been on my case about getting a PO box. So tomorrow I will be getting a PO box, and I'll let everybody know about the PO box. I'll have it in the description of my videos. So if anybody wants to send anything ever, if they want to, I'm not asking anybody to, but I do get asked a lot. If I have one, I will be getting a PO box, and then once I do that, you guys can have access to that. So thank you so much, Pete. Sammy, congrats on 20K. Christian, hit that gritty for Alexis, Rudy, and I. All right. The gritty. I haven't done the gritty in a while. Let me get some music playing. I'm going to give you a 5-second gritty. God bless you. Thank you so much, Sammy. I appreciate that, my dude. Hope that was worth the price of admission. Why has Scream Factory stopped doing box sets? I don't know. I did a video on that, going over all the ones they did, and that was my sentiment. Is it's like, why has it stopped? Because they were making nice ones. They were so nice. So I don't know. I'm out of breath. I haven't exercised today either, so my heart hasn't gone through its paces today. Any thoughts on Wolfen? Huge Wolfen fan. I have the Warner archive of that. 3 non-horror films you hope to see coming to 4K this year. Bloodsport in America, that is, because I want to buy it again. Rocky 5, Terminator 1. Thank you so much, Nathan. 20K is nuts, man. Congrats. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Tabata Vision asks, what are your thoughts on Halloween Ends? I think it's the 3rd Halloween Blumhouse film. I'm very blessed, though. Fight the good fight. It's been a journey. Big congrats for you reaching 20K, Christian. Have you checked out the 7 release of The Changeling? I have the Blu-ray, man. I kind of want to get that movie on 4K, though, to be honest with you. So let me scroll down to the comments. I'm very far behind. All right, guys, I'm going to go straight to the bottom. So, okay, here we go. CHH hitting the gritty before the Elm Street 4K. Congrats. LA Jewel says, congrats on 20K. I just hit 400. Dude, that's amazing. Congratulations. That's a good number. That's a number of, like, you got to realize, think about this, dude. 400 people have hit subscribe. It's incredible. Congratulations. I'm very proud of you. Very, very proud of you. Orc says, congrats, Christian Rhodes, 100K sub button, the 1 million sub button. I think I can do the 100K sub button. I'm going to work hard and create content, good content, and try to get there. You know, it's just one of those things. It's the chase is almost better than the catch, as they say. So just working hard and growing is very satisfying. Thank you so much, Mr. Happy. I appreciate that. So let's see. There is a Ring box set coming out. There is a Ring box set coming out, and I don't know if I want it, to be honest with you. It also got pushed back. That's another thing. It got pushed back. Hell House LLC Origins is the best Hell House movie. It's as good as 1. It's as good as 1. There's creepy clowns in it. If you don't watch Hell House Origins and get creeped out a little, you're already dead. You're already dead. I'm getting the Boogans. David, I'm getting the Boogans. I don't know about Burnt Offerings. I would recommend the Boogans as a creature feature. But they're also doing Leviathan. And that I'm excited about. I'm ready for Opera 2, Amir. Very, very excited for that on 4K. Brandon said, there's nothing that can stop me from making waffles right now. Bro, I think you should do it, stream it, and eat it. Favorite parody movie? Mine is Kung Pao Enter the Fist. That's a great one. I used to remember seeing the VHS of that in Blockbuster. Probably Scary Movie 2. Christian, what is a non-horror movie that you absolutely love that would surprise many of us here? Great question. When I was a kid, I used to watch the Princess Diaries movie. Not the sequels, but the first one a lot. I used to have a crush on I used to really like Anne Hathaway. I say I used to. I mean, she's probably still gorgeous. When I was a kid, I just thought this girl is beautiful. What else? I don't know. I feel like you guys know me by now. I've been pretty open about it. The Flintstones '94 movie I'll always love. It's so funny, right? Like the movie was made for kids and it's about embezzling. I didn't know what the hell was going on when I was a kid watching that. Like, what does embezzle mean? Huh? As a matter of fact, I think as a kid, he just got in trouble because they found out I justified embezzlement as they knew that wasn't his test score or something. I couldn't make sense of it. I'd have to think about that. I'd have to think about that. That's all I can think of right now. I did see that video. I disagreed with a lot of it, but some things like the menu screens I agreed with. No, yeah, I'd be calling 911 for the hospital if I did that. Thanks to you, I pre-ordered about 5 different 4Ks last week. Hell yeah, that's awesome. What are your favorite zombie movies? Great question. Return of the Living Dead. Return of the Living Dead. Let's see. My lights. Anyway, Return of the Living Dead 1, 2, 3, Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Dead, Day of the Dead. There's others. Dawn of the Dead 04. Zombie. Technically, you could say some other Fulci stuff that has zombie elements to it. Burial Ground. You know, stuff like that. So, yeah. Congrats, Christian. You deserve it. Thank you so much, Alexis. I appreciate that. Congrats, CHH. You were doing a great. Love the channel. Thank you so much, Tanker Yanker. Watch Castle Freak for the first time last night. So good. Wasn't huge on the remake. I liked the remake, but I love the original. That's a classic full moon movie. Classic. Great full moon movie. Could you rank the subspecies movies off the top of your head? Best to worst, I would say subspecies 2, 1, 3, 5, Vampire Diaries, and 4. Hashtag who is Sonny the Vampire? That's a great question. Drenched in maple syrup, you nasty son of a bitch. That's it. Hell House movies need a box set bad. I'm hoping like they get something. I don't know who's got the rights to those. I mean, because Shudder kind of. I don't know if RLJE can do something with those, but I would love a box set of those movies as well. We got another super chat. Ultimate Sunrise. Thank you so much. Let me give you a little something.
With all these nicknames, everyone that I accumulate like 3 pounds of fat.
Most expensive 4K or Blu-ray set you have invested. I like that you say invested. What you're really asking is that I've blown money on. I don't know. It's probably a lot of answers. Like that Scream Fact, that Halloween Blumhouse Steelbox set and stuff like that. Puppet Master box set. You know, just a lot of answers. A lot of them are all around the same price. Phantasm box set, stuff like that, you know. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, Ultimate Sunrise. During lunch today, Alec Baldwin randomly told me to F off. Jesus. Are you ever going to bring your brother back on the channel? As a fun joke, because he's the most un-camera friendly person ever, as you guys probably saw. He's scared to talk. He doesn't say anything, and he falls asleep. So I'll bring him back as a joke, but not like as a regular. Top 3 zombie flicks of all time are Zombie 2's Day of the Dead and The Return of Living Dead. Respect. This is such a funny question. Favorite uncomfortable scene in a horror film? The Pet Sematary funeral scene comes to mind. The entirety. Now listen. If you have the stomach to watch a very painful found footage film, look up a movie called Hate Crime. It is literally a found footage movie about these people breaking into the house and just destroying this family. That's what the movie's called, Hate Crime. I think it's like a Nazi Jewish kind of thing. And I think the director was trying to comment on, you know, how Jewish people still deal with, you know, that sort of thing today. It was fucked up. It was really fucked up. I forgot one of my buddy. I was either looking stuff up or I was talking to a buddy that's like really well versed in like found footage or something. And that movie got brought up, Hate Crime. It is a rough watch. And I was watching it just like I put it on one day. I wasn't working this day. Sydney was. She came home and she called me. So it was kind of funny because like I was watching it and then my band was like, "Hey, can we practice today? Somebody needed to move something." So I was like, "Yeah, I'll come." Let me blow up my candle. My Friday the 13th candle's been going for a while. So I'm watching this movie called Hate Crime, and it's not fun. It's not a fun watch. And my band was like, "Hey, let's practice." So I got up to practice. I forgot to turn the movie off. I just let it play. And Sydney came home like 15 minutes later, and she walked inside the house with this movie playing. And she called me up, and she's like, "Do we need to have a talk?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" She goes, Christian, what was on the TV? And I was like, "Oh my God, I left that movie on." She's like, "Well, what was that?" And I was explaining it to her. And she was like, "Well, I shut it off." I was like, "Yeah, I don't think I'm going to finish that." Somebody's going to be like, "I'm going to watch that right now." I know it. You know, Hate Crime is a fucked up movie. Poughkeepsie Tapes. Adam, that movie just fucks with my mind. End of Days needs to Scream Factory 4K. I'd be down with that. They need to put the episode of SmackDown when he showed up in '99 on there when he bitch slapped Triple H. Remember that? Time Cop is amazing. I agree. One through 5, and then Puppet Master Littlest Reich, which was a RLJE movie. That one's incredible. As long as Trey is sleeping, he's golden. And Blue enjoyed your Platinum Dunes horror remake era video. It was a fun watch and learn about. Thank you, David. Yeah, the video I just did, guys. I did a video just talking about the Platinum Dunes era and how it was a big deal for a while. I got this shirt at Spencer's Gifts. I like the Green Inferno, but you know, grown-ups will watch Cannibal Holocaust instead. You saw Hate Crime? Yeah, it's fucked up. CHH, congratulations. Thank you, Tiana. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm not a fan of the Sentinel, Jesse. Just kind of slow for me. Thoughts on Serbian film 4K release? I like Serbian film, but I think it's a comedy. It's so over the top, insane to me. The movie's just kind of funny. Melanie says, hate crime was suggested to me and I'm still traumatized. Yeah, it's up there with like Megan is Missing. Probably worse though, right? You know. I think it's from 2019, Chris. Basically, I feel like a jackass. People are going to go watch this movie now because of me. If the plot synopsis for Hate Crime is a Jewish family is celebrating a birthday party in their suburban home when intruders break in and terrorize them, like, yes, that's hate crime. I need to watch Constantine again. I can't really give you an opinion on it, Jonathan. It's been too long. I can't really think much of it. Scream Factory sucks. What's up, Bombastic? How are you, brother? Do I think Pet Sematary 2 will get a Scream Factory 4K? I don't know. It's hard to say, right? Because Scream Factory will release stuff on 4K you least expect it, and then and then the next month it's we got new movies coming out on 4K that we never had the rights to before. I actually think we're going to be in a market now with Best Buy getting out of it and everything. We're going to get to see more boutique labels putting out bigger titles. I think this is an indication of things to come. The way Scream Factory's putting out Child's Play and Carrie, I would expect more bigger movies getting 4K releases for the first time like that. Well, Sydney has seen Serbian film, Ultimate Sunrise. Back in the day, like around 2012, Serbian film was the first. I started hearing about that movie. And Sydney bought the DVD because we would talk about it, but we never saw it or looked up images of it. So we didn't know what to expect. We just heard it was the craziest movie ever. So she bought it on DVD for me and we watched it and we were just like, God damn. Lake Mungo is one of my favorite movies of all time, Justin. It terrifies me, gets under my skin. I love Lake Mungo. I think it's a incredible movie. Fucking incredible movie. Incredible. American History X is a crazy movie, especially the beginning. It's brutal. But it's a good movie. RoboCop 2 4K. I've heard that's happening. That's happening, guys. By the way, we have 153 people in here. Let me take a look at something. Let's see if you guys are screwing the pooch on me. Let me see. We have 90 likes. Come on, we got 153 people in here. 90 likes? Let's get to 100 likes, guys. You know the routine. Let's get to 100 likes. We can do it. 100. Demon Knight needs a 4K. Mike Anderson. Yo, Bratz, congrats on the 20K. Just discovered you 2 days ago. Oh, thanks, dude. Tell me how you discovered me. I always like to know which video it is that people found. I'm always fascinated by that. Man's Best Friend is one of my favorite 90s straight-to-video movies. Big fan. And the story goes that Lance Henriksen did that to pay for a divorce. So I feel like I've seen that movie Found. I think I've seen that. Yeah, I hope Blair Witch 2 gets a 4K. That definitely deserves it. Great film. Not only have I seen it, Blue Attic, I love Piranha 2. I fucking love Piranha 2. I've always loved Piranha 2. We got 98 likes. 2 more likes, guys. 2 more. And then I'll shut up about it. That's the routine. Once I get that 100, I'll shut up about it. Amir says I avoided H2 for decades, thinking that would ruin my appreciation for the original. Just watched it the other day. Boy, was I wrong. I think I prefer it to H1. So you love H1, but now you love Halloween 2. Yeah, brother. I dig that. Would I sell my soul to see a Nightmare on Elm Street 1 through 7 at theaters? No, I would not sell my soul. Corey said he found me in the Dead Pit Lives on Vincent Week. Awesome, dude. Thank you for coming over. Appreciate that. So, thoughts on Disturbing Behavior? Love that movie. Let me see something real quick. Let's see. I found you through the Halloween movie review, specifically the Rob Zombie ones. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Would I be devastated if somebody robbed my room? Yeah. Kevin, what kind of question is that? Of course I would. I'd be devastated if somebody stole anything from me, which they have. All right, guys, let me see something. All right, guys. So I think we're going to start taking a call. All right, guys, let's see something. All right, let me see something. All right, guys, we're going to start doing some call-ins. I'm going to share the number to Patreon. We're going to take call-ins for a minute. We got a legend calling in. Can y'all hear the call?
Call from.
Hell yeah.
To accept, press 1.
Brandon Tabato Vision, you're on the air.
Planet CHH. What is going on?
Dude, I'm glad we got you. We tried to get you to call in. We tried to get you to call in last week, but I think you were making waffles outside.
Dude, listen, if it's past 9 o'clock your time, I've been in bed for like 2 hours by that point if it's a weekday. Hey, congrats on 20K, man. That's fucking awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
Yes, sir.
Brett, I was going to say, I watched for the anniversary. I was a few days off, but the other day I watched Call Me Evil for the 1 year anniversary.
Yes.
And
it still holds up pretty well.
I'm very impressed by it. The scene of the face off in the garage, the lighting on that was. I want to ask you a question, and people in the chat, if you have any questions for Brandon while I'm asking him this, please go. I'm not gonna keep Brandon too long, but if you have any questions in the chat, I'll ask Brandon. But Brandon, I wanted to ask you, in terms of lighting a scene like that, we obviously in frame, you've got it very stylized and you've got a shadow hitting the side. Take me behind the camera or take me out of the frame of the camera. How are you setting up lights? What lights did you try to set up? What do you do to try to get that stylized lighting on that scene when you're the character that has the mask on and you shoot yourself? How did you set up the lighting for a scene like that?
Right. So I had the character in a seat. I had the tripod in front of him with the camera, obviously. I had 2 box LED lights. I had one off to the side. I had one on the other side, sort of askew. I think I had a little backlight from behind him, and then a little bit of light in the front, just to give it a little, minimal light as possible, really crazy mood lighting kind of stuff. But I mean, what kind of scene you're shooting, it's always going to change every single time. So it's hard to say specifically what style. But for that one, it was basically just 2 or 3 lights, very minimal lighting. for that one. All box LEDs. Pretty simple.
And so how did you film that scene? I mean, did you script that out? And in the movie, you can see your character. Obviously, you did what do you call that, ADR, when you do the audio? You add in.
Correct. Yeah,
But
you're dubbing over.
It looks like you're talking, like your character with the mask on. You were legitimately talking in that scene. Am I right?
Yeah, I was actually, I was mumbling beneath the mask and knowing that I was going to dub it over in post, and it kind of just synced up properly. I don't know how, but sometimes you get lucky with that stuff, and that time we got lucky. Lucky enough, I should say.
Saturn Video says, I didn't catch Call Me Evil last year, but I just watched it a couple weeks ago. I fucking loved it. Brandon killed it. Great cover too, Chris.
Awesome. Appreciate that, Saturn. Excellent.
I also, one of the things I was noticing this time was when you not pan, but when you cut to you in the Generalized Pumpkin shirt, dude, it looks like you were crying a little bit. Like, what was your process for getting that kind of raw emotion in that? Because it looks legit. I mean, it really looked legit.
I don't know. I wasn't crying. I think it was just so damn hot out here in this garage. It was.
That's probably so. It was sweat.
It was probably like 100 degrees, and I was running around because that night, when we shot it, because we shot it on 2 nights basically, and it was supposed to be me and like 3 other people, and 3 other people pretty much bailed. So it kind of just turned into a one-man show. So I was just running around like a chicken with my head cut off. You know what I mean? So it was probably just a mixture of sweat and anger and rage and too much pizza and not enough pizza and all that stuff in between. So,
Brandon, so I wanted to ask you, are you looking forward to any movies this year at all?
Ghostbusters, Frozen Kingdom for sure. Absolutely. Alien Romulus for sure. That's absolutely on that list. Alien Romulus probably first and foremost, actually above Ghostbusters. I'm just so stoked that it's taking place in between Alien and Aliens, but it's not going to be a direct like midquel. I'm so stoked about that shit. I hope it's awesome. I hope it's scary too. But yeah, those 2 movies pretty much. I think we're getting a Black Phone sequel this year, but I'm not sure if that's this year or next year.
Yeah.
But definitely Romulus, dude. Romulus is gonna fucking rage, I hope.
What about what's it called? Maxine.
I'll see it. I'll probably make myself go see it in theaters because I loved Pearl so much. I wasn't a huge fan of X, as you know, to the shock and horror of the whole horror community. But yeah. Pearl was such a damn masterpiece that I can't see Maxine being bad.
Well, it's 50-50.
Really
you could either love this or hate it because of the way you saw the first 2, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But I'm stoked. I keep forgetting it's coming out. And I guess, you know, the only thing that's certain for 2024 is we're not getting Scream 7 anytime soon. That's the only guarantee this year, I think.
Yeah. Brandon, you want to let everybody know real quick what when Planet Dirty is coming for January and the theme of the show?
Yes, sir. Planet Dirty makes its triumphant return for January show on January 13th, which is this Saturday at 10:35 p.m. Eastern for the Leatherface's Head Cheese Hoedown. We're going to rank the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise, eat good grub, drink good brew, and have a generalized good time. I think that's the plan, right?
Dude, I'm excited because the Friday the 13th show we did, man, people, I still get comments on that, and people would say, please do this for something else, please do something. And that was a fun show. They're lengthy, but man, they are fun. So
no, they're fantastic. They're the better shows, I think.
Yeah, I mean, this might have to be the coffee Texas Chainsaw Massacre show for me.
I'm down. I might even get a block of head cheese. You know what I mean? Just the gelatin with all the bits of meat in there. Oh man,
Brandon,
tasty stuff.
I was say, Brandon, your channel has been on point. You've been making a lot of good videos lately. I've been really digging that, and
appreciate it.
Do you want to update?
And tomorrow,
go ahead.
Well, tomorrow we find out. Tomorrow is D-Day for Tabata Vision. Just wanted to throw that out there. Tomorrow is the day when I reapply for monetization. So everybody wish me luck on that. Tomorrow is D-Day.
Do you have a plan either way in terms of outcome? Like, do you know? Because you don't seem too bothered by it right now.
No, there's so much other stuff going on with the baby coming soon and stuff like that. It's hard to, it's easy to be distracted with real life. So I'm not too worried about the channel. I think I'll be remonetized. I have a good feeling about it. There's been so much activity on the channel, so much like original content uploaded. I deleted so much shorts content that was like movie clips and stuff. I just got a good feeling about it. I don't feel lost in the sauce like I did 2 months ago. So,
well, it's that's what was interesting to me, because like over the last couple weeks, I've been like, wow, he's uploading a lot of stuff, and I was thinking to myself, I didn't want to ask you about it, because if I would have been like, hey man, it's interesting to see you uploading so much with the impending doom of finding out if you're going to be monetized back or not. Because I figured if I would have asked, that might have been you. I didn't want you to be like, you know what, fuck, you're right. Why am I wasting my time? But your it's been great. I've been liking the stuff you've been putting out, and I like the Pee Wee video, and you're getting good views on all that stuff. So I mean,
yeah, it's good. It's all good so far, and I appreciate that. But yeah, it's all good so far.
So
hopefully it stays like that.
Yeah.
But we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah. So I mean, do you think you're gonna find out tomorrow, or you just basically get to apply for monetization tomorrow?
I get to apply. It can take anywhere from like 1 to 3 days. It could take longer technically, but I have a feeling it'll be pretty quick, because the last time I applied, it took like 1 day. So I'm hoping I'll get an answer within 1 day. And yeah, we'll see from there. But I got a good feeling about it. I got a pretty good feeling about it. So there's that.
Yeah. Brandon, do you still have pumpkins in your freezer?
I do. I would show you right now if I could. Matter of fact, I can open them and you guys can probably hear them, but I can't show them. So here's the freezer. Listen. You guys hear that sound effect?
Yeah.
That's both pumpkins right there. So I'll bring them on Saturday.
I
just for the proof.
I followed suit. Sydney was just asking me the other day. She goes, did you still put that pumpkin in the fridge? We have a fridge in the garage because I buy Cokes in bulk. So my dad was getting rid of his old one, and I was like, hey, can I have it? And he's like, that's fine. So we put it in our garage, and I keep it filled up with drinks. And in the freezer, I put my pumpkin in there, and like yesterday I looked at it. Dude, it's amazing that it hasn't rotted. I mean, it just froze.
It's crazy, dude. Like this one pumpkin in here now is from September actually of 22, and it's still pretty much 100%. It's gnarly.
Hey, Muzzak wants to know, he says, Brandon, do you plan to live stream any more classic video games?
Yes, I need to start doing that again. We still got to do the fucking video game co-op shit. We got to figure that out. That'll be a lot of fun.
We do need to figure that out. Even if I just do commentary over your video game one day, I think it would be funny. Because definitely more of that. More video game stuff for sure. I don't know if you were able to figure out the logistics of that, or how that would even be possible. I mean, I found out that I could plug up my PlayStation 4 controller to my Mac, and it recognizes it, and I can use it as a controller. And I downloaded that software you told me, or one of the softwares you recommended to me, but I don't remember if there was a way for us to.
I think I found a way, and we never tested it because I just got lost in the sauce yet again. But I think there is a way. I'm pretty sure we can do it. So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how it'll work being from I'm Florida and you're Louisiana. I don't know if it'll work that far away, but I have hope.
Yeah, I want to see you play. Did you ever do Alien 3?
Well, I haven't yet. That's on the list for sure. We did AVP for the SNES. I really want to do Alien 3. Either the Genesis or the SNES version, maybe both.
You should also. I don't know if you've ever played what you would call it, RoboCop versus the Terminator, but that's a fun game.
I don't know if I've ever actually played it, but I know it was an SNES game. I believe, right?
Yes, incredible game. I have most of that stuff for Genesis, but that and dude, Battletoads and Double Dragons, that game is I love.
I'll not argue with there. Yeah,
that's my. I every now and again I'll get one of the Double Dragons, Billy or Jimmy, but if not, I usually get Pimple.
Yeah,
I think he was the big one, the orange one, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Well, he's more like a brown, I thought.
Okay,
like
brown. Yeah. And then,
yeah.
so there was 3 of them. The smallest one was
The
Zit,
bright green one.
Zit, and I think the middle size one was Rash.
That sounds about right, but we're probably both wrong.
And then they had like a big bird as their it was basically it was a spoof on Ninja Turtles, basically,
It had to
right?
be.
Because they had the master, they were frogs, and they were mutant frogs, turtles, and instead of a rat, they had like a fat eagle or some kind of bird. You remember their leader was like some kind of weird looking bird.
Yeah. Dude, Super Battletoads for SNES is one of the best SNES games ever, and it was hard as fuck.
Whoa.
I've never beaten that game.
You're talking about Battletoads and Battle Maniacs, right?
Is that what it's called? I thought it was called Super Battletoads. You're probably right.
It's
You're
called
probably right.
That's
probably what it's called.
That's what you're talking about, because
Phenomenal.
they got their own specific Battletoads game where Sega did not. Sega Genesis, you could get Battletoads on their system, and then Battletoads vs. Double Dragon, and then on Super Nintendo you could get Battletoads Double Dragons, but also Battletoads and Battle Maniacs. That game has the greatest soundtrack I've ever heard of. Geek Strong Brandon's channel is Tabata Vision. I'll type it in here. Somebody was asking who I'm talking to. But Brandon, I don't want to keep you too much longer, dude. Thank you for calling in. I'm excited for Saturday. We're all pulling for you for your monetization, because you got kids to feed. So whenever you make weird shorts about like bananas with faces staring at the camera for 30 minutes without saying anything, we all know you need that. You need those ad dollars. So we're all pulling for you, and
appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thanks for calling in, and everybody, you'll see.
Thanks for having me. Yeah. Congrats on 20K. Congrats on 20K, my friend. That's fucking awesome. Keep up the good work, and we're gonna have a blast Saturday. It's gonna be a good time.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you so much, and we'll talk soon, brother.
All right, guys. See you later.
See you, man. Guys, that was B Money calling in. Hyperstone Heist is great. I agree. I just subbed to his channel. He loves Jason Goes to Hell. Oh man. I used to work for Sega. Oh, let's take this call, y'all.
Call from
Dalton.
Hey, Dalton, you're on the air, brother.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, just another day in paradise.
Well, first and foremost, congrats on 20K. It's long overdue and well deserved, my man.
Oh man, I really appreciate that. That means a lot.
Yeah, I've been watching you for a few years, man. It's been a pretty good growth for you. So
thank you. I'm always interested how people find the channel, and if you can recall, that'd be cool if you could remember.
I want to say it was rather your first interview with Lee or one of the Piz interviews.
Oh, so you clearly had been watching Piz then before, and that just popped up.
Yeah, it was rather Piz or Lee. So
yeah. I think I've done a number of interviews with Piz, and I call them interviews. They're usually just BS sessions, but they're always fun. And I probably should try to do another. I feel like I haven't done one of those in a while, where he just comes on, we talk. But yeah, those were always fun. Same with Lee. I think I only did one with Lee, but yeah, those were fun videos. So I saw
they were good stuff.
Have you been picking up some movies? I saw in the Patreon chat you were showing some stuff off the other day.
Yeah. I got Communion, Monster Squad, Edge of an Axe, and Slugs.
Now, did you pre-order Monster Squad and it just took forever to get to you?
No, I didn't. I was gonna get it, but then I was like, well, and then I just finally just pulled the trigger, and there you go.
Yeah. Did you watch?
I enjoyed all. I enjoyed them all. They were all really good.
Yeah, Communion is a whack ass weird movie, man.
It is, but I mean, anything with Christopher Walken, you got my attention. So,
and he was so good in that. It's so weird, like seeing him not say something like silly from Joe Dirt, because like when I was a kid, that Joe Dirt movie was on every day in the house. So like that's my Christopher Walken. That's how I always know him. It's just so funny looking back. It's like, no, this guy's a serious actor. You know, like he
Yeah.
can do all kinds of stuff. You know.
Oh yeah, I love him when he does more like serious horror type stuff, like Communion and of course Dead Zone.
Yeah, yeah. And the Prophecy, I just got that from Vinegar Syndrome. Those
Yeah, I need to order that. I've seen the first one. I used to have like a DVD bundle with all the movies. And I remember liking the first one quite a bit.
Well, I don't know if you've seen. I haven't seen all of them, and I put my chips in the Vinegar Syndrome basket instead of the Via Vision. I was telling people if you're a fan of the series, Via Vision has a box set of all of them on Blu-ray, and it's basically the exact same price as getting the first 3 from Vinegar Syndrome on 4K. But my money was, or my gut was telling me, I really doubt 4 and 5 are that good. So you may as well just get the first 3 in higher definition. So that's what I ended up doing. But and I know some people were like, no, I'd rather have all of them on Blu-ray. So, but
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why Vinegar Syndrome didn't do all of them. I don't know if it was a rights thing or what.
it could be, it could be, you know. But I do think it's cool. Via Vision is constantly announcing new stuff, and they're going to have a lot of good stuff come out this year. I think they just announced something I'm excited to get. Oh, Let the Right One In. They're doing a first time Blu-ray of that. That's coming out next month.
Okay.
So I'm excited about
Yeah,
that.
that's that foreign
Vampire movie.
Huh?
It's fucking really good, dude.
And you say that was Vinegar Syndrome or Via Vision?
Via Vision's doing Let the Right One In.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And those are all region free. So that's what I love about that company too. Everything they put out is
I got a region free player, so I don't have to worry about that stuff. So thank God.
I don't know what it is about it, dude. I feel like a jackass. Every video I'm like, you go get a region free player. I'm telling you, you'll save money because you can pay for out of print for this, or you can get it overseas and it's still available and get it for $20, and you ended up saving money with the player.
Yeah.
But nobody wants to get them. I don't know what it is.
And it's kind of crazy because I mean, you look at the Arrow this year. Now, of course, 4K is region free, anyways. But most of the big stuff that Arrow did this year were UK releases.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the Hellraiser set, the Chucky box set, the Lighthouse 4K, all that stuff was UK.
Did you get the Chucky box set?
Yeah.
How was that? How was it? Did you like it?
I did. I liked the box itself. It was pretty cool. Of course, I'm not a big fan of like that little cardboard flip thing they did. I prefer just the regular hard cases.
So you didn't get the Scream Factory ones, or you did and you got Arrow too?
I got the first 3 Scream Factory Child's Play releases. I was going to get the other ones, but I wanted to get the ones with the dual slip covers, but it was kind of out of my price point.
Yeah,
so,
I hear you.
That's the thing about Scream Factory is, man, they just I hate how they kind of artificially create their prices. I mean,
it's a pain in the ass.
It is, and honestly, I don't know why they just didn't do a Child's Play box set.
Yeah, looking back, it's like. Well, I wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts on Arrow? Because this stirred up a lot of controversy. Arrow announcing, I think it was late last year, early this year. It had to have been late last year because we're only in like the 8th or something of January. But the Hellraiser movies and the Psycho movies, they're like, oh, guess what, guys? We're going to put these out in somewhat smaller versions. But with the Hellraisers, look, actually, we're going to put these in regular cases this time. I was kind of annoyed by that. I think I would have rather have gotten that one than what I ended up getting.
Yeah. I guess with Psycho, I guess they just lost the rights to the first one. I guess Universal took the rights back. But as far as Hellraiser goes, I feel like Arrow's kind of bleeding out the Hellraiser well because they've already done 2 really nice releases, the Scarlet Box and then the other little box set they did. And now the Quartet of Torment, and now they're doing what you said they're doing. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that myself. Because as much as I like the Quartet of Torment box, I'm not a fan of the fold out thing. And that little red sleeve that goes over it, it's a pain in the ass to put that thing back on.
You know what? I talked about that in my review. I said it is a tight fit.
Yeah. And I prefer a more traditional style box like they're doing with this new release. So I was thinking, you know, I might get that, and that will be like that'll be the set I will use when I watch the movies, and the Quartet of Torment will be that'll be like the shelf dressing. You'll just make it look pretty. It'll be like a collector kind of thing, and I won't use that one.
I thought about doing the same thing myself. I had to justify it, but hearing somebody else say that, I don't feel so bad anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, I mean,
I like the
that's the thing
purple,
about
dude.
Arrow.
Purple's my favorite color.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, the thing about Arrow is one of the things I like about them so much is their prices are really good.
They're very fair.
Like the Chucky box. Yeah, the Chucky box, that was all the movies, and you get that Living with Chucky documentary, and it was $100. And then you look at the Screen Factory, when they did the first 3 on 4K, that thing was like $150.
You're right. Oh
For
man,
3 movies. I mean,
you're not bullshitting.
and, you know, I don't know what's going on with Screen Factory. You know, I know a lot of people keep saying, you know, what do they need to do? And I don't know. I mean, honestly, I think they've rather ran out of money to get new movies to license it, or they're just complacent in what they're doing. I mean, because most of the stuff they do are just re-releases, and then like twice, 3 times a year they'll do something they've never done before.
I think it's the latter myself. I mean, I'm happy about Thinner. I ordered Thinner, and they shipped that to me yesterday, so I'm excited to get that. Some people were wondering like why they wouldn't do that on 4K. I don't know if it's worth the money to. I'm sure that there was already an HD master of that movie available from streaming or something, and they were able to license that as opposed to trying to what it would cost to remaster that movie. I don't know that they would want to spend that for Thinner, to be honest with you. So I'm happy with the Blu-ray of that. But I mean, I think it's probably more just like, let's just keep doing what we're doing, that sort of thing.
Yeah, but I just don't know how long they can sustain that. I mean, I don't. You know, you look in 5 years from now, because they're just going to burn through everything they've done before. So when they're done with the 4K stuff, what the hell are they going to do after that? I mean,
that's a great question. That's what everybody's. I've been wondering that myself. I've been talking about that myself, and I like Scream Factory. I do, but there's no denying they're the most frustrating physical media label, without question.
I think they're probably they're not the most expensive, but they're one of, especially just the way they do it. It's kind of like, well, you know, like when they do those special bundles, it's like, you know, we'll give you, you know, 2 slip covers and 2 posters, and you know, and you're paying like $50-$60 for a slip cover and an extra poster. And it's like, when you did the collector Blu-rays, this is not something that you did. You know, we got the new artwork already. That was just something that just came along with the Screen Factory Blu-rays. But now with the 4Ks, I feel like it's just a way for them to get more money out of the consumer. And you know, and I think one of the reasons why they kind of stopped doing new commission artwork for just their regular 4K releases is probably to save money, because they don't have to pay an artist.
You're right. But what's even weirder is every now and again they do pay an artist to do new artwork. And then they only make the slipcover available as you have to pay. I've been saying, if somebody can give me a good reason, if somebody can give me a good use out of a second slipcover for one movie I buy, then I'll start considering it. But it's really getting hard to want to spend that extra money. What do you do with 2 fucking slipcovers? You know,
Nothing.
Somebody needs to give me an actual answer, and nobody can. Well, you can take like a bare bones version of that movie you have and put the slipcover on that. I was like, yeah, you could, but that's not good enough. That's not a good enough answer for me. That movie's perfectly fine on the shelf without a custom slipcover on it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's one of the frustrating things. I've heard you talk about, like, just giving people options. Like, Okay, well, you have the option of getting the alternate artwork slip, or you can get the slipcover with the original poster art.
Yeah, make
And I
more
like that.
make
And,
more
yeah.
bundles, make more bundle options, and say, hey, you can get a bundle that has the new artwork and the new artwork on a poster, and that's limited to X. And then after that, we have bundles of the original. I don't see why they couldn't do that, and it would just the more give people the options like that, and half of the Scream Factory haters would probably shut up.
And I guarantee you, I probably the reason why they don't do that is because they're afraid everybody will just buy the new commission artwork stuff.
Of course they
all
would.
the original, yeah, and all the original poster art will just be sitting there, and that's probably why they do it. Because the only way you can get the new commission artwork slips now is they come like in this big ass bundle like the Night of the Demons set. You had to buy all 3 movies to get those slipcovers instead of just pick which one you wanted with the slip.
Yep.
With the new commission slip.
That's right.
I mean, it's frustrating. I mean, and I know some people were talking about box sets earlier, and yeah, I mean, they don't do as many box sets as they used to, but not only that, but the box sets that they do now is those flimsy ass cardboard boxes, like they did with the Halloween
6
through 8.
Stupid. And speaking of box sets, how stupid is it? I mean, how stupid is it that they didn't do that with the Night of the Demons?
Yeah, I agree.
You're gonna tell me that they didn't think people were gonna buy that altogether?
I think everybody did. Everybody that I saw showing it off, they got.
Of course, everybody. Yeah, it's like, of course, everybody got all 3 of them. And it's like, of course they would, because it almost is ass backwards. Okay, you know what, guys? All right, we've released Night of the Demons twice. We put it out on Blu-ray, then we put it out on Steelbook. But we're gonna put it out on 4K. So maybe maybe some people want to upgrade. But we're gonna put out 2 and 3, and 2's out of print. 3's never had a Blu-ray. Let's make them buy them all together, so that they have to buy part 1 again. To me, it's almost ass backwards that they didn't do it. Like, it would have made much more sense to do a box set. Much more sense.
And that's what I'm saying about how they artificially increase their prices, because if they would have just done a box set that fit 3 movies and no slip covers or anything like that, it would have been a lot cheaper. But the fact that they did, you had the 3 movies with 6 posters, all movies got 2 slip covers. You got that stupid ass Prism sticker that they charge like $20 for. I mean, it made the bundle increase dramatically because of that. I mean, I know it's funny because everybody calls them Scheme Factory, but they have been pretty schemy definitely the past few years, ever since they've gotten into the 4K game. And look, I love Scream Factory as much as the next person. Their 4Ks look great. They've done a lot for physical media. They went after the big stuff, and I think that's what really made them the #1 boutique label for a long time. But now it's like you got to do something more now. And also, they're behind the curve when it comes to packaging. All they give you is just a standard flimsy slipcover. And then you look at something like Vinegar Syndrome and Arrow, they're doing, and Second Sight, they're doing these really nice releases. And it's like, you got to get along, you got to compete with your competitors.
I agree. But where do you stand on, like, let's look at Severin, for instance, because they obviously just had, I think, what's probably going to be their biggest sale for the next 365 days and biggest title announcements with the sect, the church, Cemetery Man, and all that. I mean, Severin doesn't just put out big titles that often. But where do you stand with a company like Severin, who put out that kind of the stuff that, but none of that stuff was really that cheap either, and they really marketed it as a sale, but it really wasn't, right? It was just a glorified event party for these new announcements that they had, disguised as a Black Friday sale. Where do you stand on those kind of companies that they're charging a lot of money too? I mean, those really, yeah. And the reason I justified to myself, okay, I'm going to pick up a lot of these Severin. I picked up the sect, the church, and I picked up Cemetery Man. And the thing I justified to myself was, these aren't cheap, but let's call a spade a spade. This is probably the only purchases I'm making from Severin all fucking year. I'm just going to be honest, because they don't put out that many great movies. But where do you stand on those kinds of companies? Because Severin kind of has a bad reputation of being really fucking expensive.
Yeah, Severn is very expensive. They're not one of my go-to boutique labels. They just don't really release a lot of stuff that I'm into. But I was going to get the Psychic. I know it's
Lucio
gonna be
Fulci,
a
yeah.
re-release of it.
Yeah.
But they did one a few months back with like a really nice slipcover and stuff, and I thought about getting it, but it was like $60. And I don't know why, but Severn's shipping is ridiculously expensive.
They are. I don't get it, man. And it's not even a secret. I mean, people are talking about it. I see the Dead Pit in the chat, and they know just as much as me. It's like Severin, they did something really interesting a couple years ago. Do you remember are you aware about the fiasco of the Four Flies on Grey Velvet release with them?
Oh yeah, where it looked like it was like a big chunky box, and it was just a slipcover.
It was a slipcover. Not only that, they marketed it as a Black Friday only. You ordered on Black Friday or you don't get it.
Yeah,
It was available long after that,
Yeah.
and they had them at conventions as early as maybe 3-4 weeks, maybe a month after that. People were taking pictures at the conventions and sending them the Dead Pit, being like, "Guys, look at this. They're selling this movie. You can get them at the conventions. You can get them online." So that really put a sour taste in people's mouth. I rolled the dice halfway. No, I said to myself, Severin cannot screw up Cemetery, man. I think they know that. I think they know they cannot screw up this release. And I don't think they did. It's really nice. But again, some of these companies, here's another thing. Synapse Films, they got the announcement they were going to put out the Convent, I think it's called, or something. It's some early 2000s horror film. People were excited about that. It's a slipcover release. They wanted $50 fucking for it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, no. I don't even think Cemetery Man was that much.
Yeah, Synapse is another one that's very expensive. I don't know, and honestly, I'll tell you why. Because with Synapse and Severn, one thing they like to do, and this is one thing that I guarantee you makes the price increase, is the soundtrack CD.
And
if you take out that,
9 out of 10 people don't even want
soundtrack, that. Exactly. Like, who the hell's listening to that? Who the hell has a CD player anymore? I mean, my car don't even have a CD player in it. I mean, but I guarantee you that's what makes the price increase. You take out that soundtrack CD, the price goes down $20-$25.
Yeah, I always wonder too, is that part of their licensing play? Some of these movies, I just wonder, like, hey, we'll license you out this movie, but you have to license out the score. You have to license out. It's like a bundle package. I wonder if they have to do that or if they just think that the consumers want that. You know what I mean? Because
I don't know.
I can count on 0 hands the amount of time I've ever said to myself, you know what? I got to go take a drive. Let me pull out that fucking CD to Two Evil Eyes and jam that on the way to Walmart.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nobody's doing that.
I mean, and another boutique label that they are a little pricey, but I'll tell you, they're also very underrated, and that's Umbrella Entertainment. I love Umbrella Entertainment. They're a little pricey, and you got to pay for overseas shipping and stuff, but they do some really nice quality stuff.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, speaking of Umbrella, I'm really excited. I'm hoping I get it relatively soon. That Super Duper Mario Brothers box.
Oh yeah. I remember you talking about that. Yeah,
I'm really excited about that.
I pre-ordered the Hitcher set from them.
Is that Blu-ray or 4K?
It's Blu-ray, but like I said, they do good work, so I'm happy.
Well, that's fine too. Hitcher, I'm sure it's going to look good on Blu-ray.
And I know, hell, they've been talking about it for years about Second Sight doing a 4K, but I don't know when the hell that's going to be. So,
somebody sent me an email today from Don May Jr., the guy who's in charge of Synapse, and they basically were asked about, hey, where's Trick or Treat? They said Synapse is not even in control of getting that done. That's all Red Shirt Pictures, which is Michael Felcher. And apparently he said that, hey, all we were doing is distributing the movie. We just have to we're just waiting on Red Shirt Pictures to do what they got to do for it. So that, I don't know, Pete, I can't believe it, but that was announced almost a year ago. It was early summer, late spring that they announced Trick or Treat last year, and it's still not out yet. That's another thing that really pisses me off. These announcements that happen, and then you just have to fucking wait, or they go away. There was a company that was going to put out Fright Night 2 overseas, and I just did some research. Apparently that got tanked. That's not happening.
Yeah, and I feel like for like the past 3 years, there was somebody that was supposed to release Near Dark on 4K too.
Yep. That was like 3 years ago. And then it would show up on Shudder and it'd be gone in 5 days. Like, I don't know what's going on with that movie.
Yeah, I don't know what the licensing problem is. And you would think that would be it's a vampire movie in the 90s. It's got a big cast.
Catherine Bigelow, yeah.
I was like, I don't know what the problem is with that particular movie. I don't know what studio made it, but.
Well, are you interested at all in those new? Are you interested in anything at all that's coming up from Scream Factory right now, like Darkman, or do you have any interest in Carrie or anything like that? Child's Play.
I pre-ordered Thinner, and I like the Child's Play remake, but
not that interested.
I don't. Yeah, it's one of those, like, when that movie came out in 2019, it's like a 4K to me probably isn't going to increase it that much. The Carrie remake, it's been years since I've seen it. I remember it being pretty good. And I don't own that, so I might get that one. And then they're doing the Shining miniseries on Blu-ray, and I might get that.
I do too. I kind of want to get that out of just sheer. I'm not a really big fan of it at all, to be honest with you. The kid in the movie has the most punchable face I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He's so annoying. Oh God. But I kind of want to watch that movie again. I have a DVD, but I was looking at it the other day and I don't know what happened. It's scratched to shit. But I'm a Mick Garris apologist. I really am. Like, I love Mick Garris so much, and I kind of want to get it just out of loyalty to Mick. So, but still, like, I appreciate Scream Factory putting stuff out like that, you know, that stuff that okay, this hasn't had a decent release in years. So I don't know.
And I am in agreement with you when it comes to Scream Factory, as far as there's a well just sitting there ready to be, plucked from, and that's the remakes.
Yep, and we're so far removed from the 2000s now. I mean, it's 2024 that these are vintage movies. Anything up till about 2009, I feel like people will have a nostalgia for and be like, "Oh man, I'm so excited about that," you know?
Yeah. I mean, there's a plethora of remakes they could do from that era, from the 2000s. I mean, in the Hostel. I would like if a boutique label came along and did like a really nice Saw box set. Maybe after this run is over with Saw. Yeah, I mean, but, and that's not, see, I ordered the 101 Films Alligator release.
Oh, nice, with Mutation.
Yeah, to me, that's a clear example of you look at that and then you compare it to the Scream Factory releases. To me, it's not even a comparison. The 101 Films is just better. I mean,
it's so much. It's
packaging goes.
It's fun. Yeah, you get both movies in there. You still get the first one for. That's another thing I think Scream Factory needs to get over their fear of, because I don't think they've ever done it before. Hey, put out a box set, and if a couple movies are on 4K, so what? I mean, like Arrow was like, of course I'll do that. We'll do that with Children of the Corn. You guys can get the first movie on 4K, and 2 and 3 will come on a Blu-ray. And I was thinking to myself, that's weird. And then once I got it, I was like, this isn't that weird. Okay, so the first movie comes in 4K. It still comes with the Blu-ray. So why can't they put out a box set with dual formats like that? Why can't they? And I feel like Scream Factory is, again, perfect example. people would have lost their shit if they would have put out the Night of the Demons as a box set. Oh, people would have been so much happier that way. It's just stupid.
Oh yeah, and I mean, you think about, you and probably millions of other people have been talking about a Nightmare at Elm Street box set, and I'm in agreement. Of course, I want one, but and a lot of people want it. I guess a lot of people want it to be Scream Factory. That way, they can kind of put it next to the Friday and Halloween box.
Get the same, get the same artist, do the same style of artwork, make it the brother sister to it. Yeah, visually, it'd be beautiful.
Problem is, visually yes, but the problem is, I guarantee you they would probably all be 4K. It'll be a 4K box set. Okay, I'm down with that. But the problem is the price point. Scream Factory, I guarantee you, will charge somewhere between $300 to $400.
Well, that's why I would rather it be Blu-ray and just do upscaled versions of the movies on. I think I did a video like a few years ago where I was like, give me 4K scans of 1, 2, and 3, then do full 1080p's or at least do 2K. Do 2K scans for fuck's sake. Just please restore these movies better. Like in Friday they did 1 through 4, right? And then they did full 1080p versions of 6. They color corrected 6. They did 7 and 8, fine, and then they did a 2K scan of Jason Goes to Hell. The equivalent for that would be do a 2K scan of like New Nightmare. I think people just want, because I don't think when I really go back and watch the Scream Factory, the box set for the Nightmare movies, they don't look bad. They really don't. But to get a little bit less compression and to get, I would like more bonus features, sure, but man, just
what's funny is about that, and you might know this more than me, but of course the Blu-ray collection set that we have now is absolutely terrible, especially that artwork. I don't know what the fuck that artwork is on that Blu-ray set, but the DVD set actually has some pretty decent artwork. But what's funny is about the DVD and the Blu-ray is the DVD release has Freddy versus Jason in it. The Blu-ray bundle doesn't. It's just 1 through New Nightmare.
I never even thought about that, and I've had it for years.
And also, I don't know why. I understand a lot of people don't like the remake, but it's almost like they just completely ignore the remake whenever they did those releases. It's like it's Warner Brothers. It's part of the franchise. I don't know why it's not included.
You know what? That is, you're right. And that's another thing. If they, I don't care if people will be upset about it. If you want the Nightmare on Elm Street collection from Scream Factory, they got to put the remake in there.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, they did it with Rob Zombie's Halloween movies, and they did it with the Friday remake.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think what Scream Factory is going to do, because I think that the Halloween well is kind of tapped from them unless they do like 4K steelbooks, which that wouldn't surprise me. But I think they're going to do what they did with the Halloween 4Ks. I think they're going to do that with the Fridays movies.
You think so? I was talking about this in the video. Like, this is the year we need some kind of action with a new Friday, because we just went through 2 years of part 1 on 4K.
Yeah.
2 years. We did the 4K release. Awesome. Great. What are we doing this year? We're going to do it again on a steelbook. Yeah. So I pray to God, because part 2, when I was watching the Blu-rays from the Scream Factory set, part 2 to me had the absolute best 4K scan look out of all. I mean, it looked incredible. And I was just thinking, oh man, I can't wait for this one to get an actual 4K. I hope that happens, but let me ask you this though, like, if you could have your cake and eat it too, would you prefer to have the Elm Streets on 4K, or if they did something in the equivalent to Scream Factory, 4K scans on maybe the first 4? They could do 5, hopefully uncut, full 1080p, and try to make it as seamless as possible. Do 2K scans for Freddy's Dead and 2K for New Nightmare. Would you rather that, or would you rather? Because part of me would rather have the Scream Factory box set version if it could happen.
Yeah, I mean, as far as picture quality goes, I'd probably go the 4K route. But as far as, I guess, saving, helping your wallet out, it would be better if it was Blu-rays. And that's the thing too. A lot of people seem like nowadays they kind of almost scoff at Blu-ray, like, oh, that's just a Blu-ray, and it's like that. Blu-rays still look good.
Yeah,
I mean,
especially it's
uh,
the scan is just just as, if not more important than the format. I mean, if you get
Yeah.
if something is taken from an original camera negative, scanned in 4K on a Blu-ray, it's going to look incredible. It's just as
Yeah.
important to
I
me.
mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, like the Friday box set, those Blu-rays look fantastic. And I mean, and say what you want to about Screen Factory, you know, but the one thing that they do really well is they do a really good job with their scans.
I agree.
Their 4Ks and Blu-rays look really good.
It's their saving grace, in my opinion. It really is their saving grace.
And look, I mean, at this point, I'd be happy if Warner Brothers did a 4K or Blu-ray box set, a proper one, because I mean, Warner Brothers does really nice 4Ks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, if they actually put the TLC into it, it's mind-boggling that we don't have a Nightmare box set yet. I mean, it really is. It's crazy to me. I know a lot of people have said that, but the fact that it's Nightmare on Elm Street, it's Freddy Krueger, it's Wes Craven, and every single movie is owned by the same company. It should be easier to get that.
It almost pisses you off when you start thinking about it. There's no legal issue here.
The only thing I can think of is maybe the Craven estate, you know. Maybe they're wanting more money, or maybe they don't want to deal with it right now. I don't know.
I'm sure it's something with that same Victor Miller script, IP stuff. I'm sure it's the same exact thing. I'm sure it's the same exact thing. Anything from that script is under the rights revert back to Wes, which would be his family. Anything, which is Freddy Krueger. So I'm sure it's the same crap, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know,
and
but
man, it's just like it's like a lot of companies, man. It's almost like they just look down on horror. I mean, Paramount looked down on Friday the 13th, and they fucked up Scream, and
they don't look down on it no more, man. They shove them Blu-rays down our asses, which I'm happy about.
And then Warner Brothers, I don't know. They just seem like they don't care about Nightmare, and it's like, what are you talking about? I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street created
your fucking studio. Yeah.
I mean,
let me ask you one more question though, Dalton. I mean, do you think this is the year? A lot of people are saying it's the 40th anniversary of Part 1. I keep saying if they don't do something, kiss it goodbye, pack it up, don't ever think about it again, because it's just they're not going to do anything. But do you think they are actually going to do something for the 40th anniversary this year?
I like to think so. Yeah. Yeah. I think they will. It just makes sense to me, and I do agree. If they don't do anything after this year, it probably isn't going to happen for a long time. So yeah, I think we'll probably get at least the first movie on 4K.
Isn't that kind of bittersweet though? Like, it's cool, but at the same time, it's just like, all this time we have Part 1. Cool.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess it's because it's the first movie. You know, most people have it, you know, at their top of the list. It's probably the most prestigious of the franchise, so it makes sense to kind of dip their toe into the first one and see how it does in sales.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, hell, everybody's going to get it if they do it.
Oh yeah, so and that's my only thing is, like, when it does happen, everybody go out and fucking buy it, please. Let them know.
Yeah,
let them know.
They will.
So. Well, all right,
yeah, man. I see some other people wanting to call in.
Well,
so,
I'm actually gonna.
Yeah, man, this was fun.
I'm going on 2 hours, so I'm actually about to wrap it up. But man, thanks for the call, and the viewers. We stayed steady during this conversation, so they definitely enjoyed the physical media talk, man. So good talking to you, man. Thanks for being a patron, a channel member, a viewer, all that good stuff, man. I really appreciate it. And
yeah, man, no problem.
I'm sure we'll talk soon, brother.
Yeah, man. Have a good one.
All right, take it easy, man.
See.
All right, guys. So listen, I had a blast tonight. Thank you so much for celebrating 20K with me. I really appreciate it. I got a lot of videos coming up this year. A lot of stuff I'm going to be working on tonight. I had a blast. I love you guys. I hope everybody has a great night. God bless you all. and I'll see you very, very soon. Take care. Love you guys.